be sure to comment, subscribe, and click the notifications bell.
1, 2, 3.
Hey, what's up guys? JD Venom here, part of Venom Nation Wrestling, and this is the Getting Over podcast, late version, around 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, for your September the 1st, 2017. I'd like to thank everybody coming out here today, checking out the channel. Thank you so much for the new subscribers on the channel, for the Monday Night Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review. The Mae Young Classic Episode 1 are all live up on the channel right now, so go check those out if you did not hear my reviews for those shows. Episode 2 for the Mae Young Classic, I'm expecting that to get that done tomorrow and have that up by tomorrow morning sometime. Episode 3 and 4, that'll be up this weekend as well. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a thumbs up like that. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page, where both links are down below. Tell your friends and family to come and join the JD Venom Nation on YouTube. And we got some news for you guys here today, including Boy and Bay of the Week, This Week in Wrestling, and also as well some news about if The Undertaker is really retired from the WWE, and also why it took WWE so long to sign former ROH stars, and if there are more delayed signings. So we're going to be talking about that as well in a moment. But first, of course, every single week, we start with our Raw and SmackDown viewership from this past week. Beginning with Monday Night Raw. Raw viewership slightly down after last week's jump. This week's edition of Monday Night Raw, which headlined by Sasha Banks versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw's Women's Championship, drew 3.3 million viewers. This is down from last week's big increase of, what was the, they didn't even have the fucking number here. Last week's increase was at 3.4 million viewers, and I expected it to go down. I expected it to go down because it was the Raw after SummerSlam. Now, it went down a little bit. It went down a little bit by 100,000 viewers, but I think it may go up again this week just because of the fact what happened with John Cena and Roman Reigns, with that promo from John Cena and Roman Reigns, that shoot worked, you know, that work shoot promo that we saw from this past week. There may be some interest there with Sasha Banks and Alexa Bliss, possibly, with Alexa Bliss, you know, I guess being backstabbed by Nia Jax. But hour 1, hour 2, and hour 3, the breakdowns were 3.3 million viewers for hour 1, 3.3 viewers for hour 2, and 3.1 million viewers for hour 3, which equal to 3.3 on average overall of the viewership from this past week. So again, this Monday Night Raw this past week wasn't a good show, minus of the John Cena and Roman Reigns promo, and maybe the Brock Lesnar Paul Heyman promo. Minus that, this wasn't really a good show overall, guys. So, you know, again, Monday Night Raw is better than SmackDown right now, and, you know, I truly think that, you know, that next week it is going to go up based off those things. But last week's show wasn't a good show, guys. I gave it maybe about 4 out of 10 for last week's show, and I was being generous because of the whole John Cena Roman Reigns promo. So let me know what you think about the viewership from this week. Do you think it's going to go up, go down? If you made it this far in this video so far, put a hashtag ratings up for Raw or a hashtag ratings down for Raw next week. Moving on to SmackDown. You know, I'm so enthusiastic by saying SmackDown's name, but the show fucking sucks. This week's SmackDown, WWE SmackDown Live, which was headlined by Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Jinder Mahal, WWE Champion, and Rusev, drew 2.4 million viewers. This is down from last week. That is almost a million viewer difference from Raw and SmackDown. Fucking amazing. Last week, SmackDown drew 2.6 million viewers. This week is 2.4 million viewers. So this went down, you know, over 200 1,000 viewers, and I expect it to go down again next week because of, well, you know what, we do get Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton next week, so it could stay the same or it could go down. This show sucked. This show sucked this week. There was no redeeming factors from the show outside of Jason, I was going to say Jason Jordan, and Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin. I like the dynamic of the tag team, but that is not, you know, for me to view every single week. I don't look, you know, I don't turn on SmackDown to see, oh, I want to see what's going to happen with Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable. No, the tag team division is not that hot for me to be that excited to see what Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin is doing. You know, I mean, I should be excited for Shinsuke Nakamura. I should be excited for Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Shane McMahon. I should be excited for what they're going to be bringing to the table. But as of right now, I am not excited for what they're bringing to the table. SmackDown went down this week. I expected it to either stay the same or go down next week. So, you know, nothing really much to say. It did give me the hour 1 and hour 2 breakdown. Doesn't really matter because it went down. But be that as it may, guys. Be that as it may. SmackDown went down viewership this week. Raw went down viewership this week. I think Raw may go up next week because of the fallout. And also as well, they advertised, and this just happened before I went live. They advertised a steel cage match. Hold on, let me see if I can find it here real quick. They're advertising a steel cage. There we go. Look. They're advertising a steel cage match this week with The Big Show versus Braun Strowman. Now, it's the Labor Day edition of Monday Night Raw, so I don't really expect it to go down because Labor Day. I mean, I don't see anything on why the viewership will go down because of Labor Day. I expect it to go either stay the same or go up. So it's gonna be quite a sight to see Braun Strowman destroying Big Show, but that's what we're gonna be seeing next week on Monday Night Raw with that particular match being advertised. SmackDown has Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton #1 contendership for the WWE Championship, and this match with the Big Show and Braun Strowman inside of a steel cage will be the main attraction for Monday Night Raw. So there you go. So that was Raw and SmackDown viewership for this week, guys. Let's get into the news here. Let's get into the news. And I want to start with a story here on why it took WWE so long to sign former ROH stars and if there are more delayed signings to come. And this is an article from Wrestling News World. It took longer than originally envisioned due to WWE's attorneys advising that they wait to ward off potential tampering charges, but former ROH competitors Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish have all now arrived in NXT from a new faction that Triple H has wanted to see form for months. While Triple H was very happy with the way NXT TakeOver turned out, having to wait so long to sign and debut the former ROH talent that has pushed back some of his booking plans, which may have affecting several non-WWE wrestlers. Triple H feels NXT is overloaded with talent at the moment and things are backed up, especially since he has to wait so long to bring in ROH wrestlers. At one point earlier in the month, there was even talks in delaying of new signings, which have potentially delayed bringing in Leo Rush until January. But the decision was made to bring him in as scheduled and instead put some other signings on hold. Independent wrestlers who were told that they were giving serious looks in November are now being told early 2018 will be the soonest WWE will have opportunities for them. Okay, so right now, you know, they're saying that there's guys on, you know, they didn't give no names here. They didn't give no names here on who it could be. I'm thinking War Machine. I'm thinking Donovan Dijak. Those are the two that really come off the top of my head on who could be signed to WWE in 2018. Don't forget, guys, Kenny Omega, his 1-year contract. It is coming like that. Remember back in January, guys, when we were talking about the Royal Rumble? Oh, he's gonna be there. He's gonna be there at the Royal Rumble. He's gonna debut. Oh, he's gonna be, you know, he's gonna be at WrestleMania. Some people actually thought he was gonna be at WrestleMania, even though he signed to fucking New Japan for one whole year. But the talk was the Royal Rumble and seeing Kenny Omega either at NXT TakeOver San Antonio or the Royal Rumble match. But he did come out the week of and say, you know, I didn't want you guys to expect me to be there, you know, and I don't want to upset the fans. So basically he came out with that public statement. But with that being said, guys like Leo Rush is going to be coming in already. But you got guys like Dolphin Dijak and fucking War Machine who are rumored to come into WWE that may be pushed back now to early 2018. So, you know, and this was with the whole potential tampering charge. So we knew that Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fischer was going to come in. We all knew that. But now we know why. Well, we already knew why it took so long, but officially hearing this, we now know why it took long and why some of these plans are now set, that were set on the back burner, are now actually being brought up now. So I mean, it's better late than never to have this faction. I can't wait to see what you know, Red Dragon and Adam Cole is gonna bring to the table in NXT. If you guys saw NXT, if you saw my NXT review from this past Wednesday, you guys know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what happened and why I'm so excited to see what the hell is gonna happen with this new faction. So let me know what you think about that down in the comment section. Let me know, who are you more excited for to see in WWE NXT. Hashtag Red Dragon, hashtag Adam Cole, hashtag Leo Rush, hashtag War Machine, or hashtag Dolphin Dijak. Which one of the former Ring of Honor talents are you most excited to see? I would love to see that down in the comment section, because I would love to see what your opinions are. On to our next story, guys. This is going to be our top story here, even though I didn't make this the top story, but this is going to be top story. This is going to be the thumbnail for the episode. Exclusive news on if The Undertaker is really retired from WWE. I have not yet read this article, so I want to be, you know, legitimately shocked or whatever for whatever news that we get out of this here. So let's read this here. This is also coming from Wrestling News World. Since The Undertaker's retirement after WrestleMania, Vince McMahon has told WWE commentators on several occasions not to reference The Undertaker too often. However, in recent weeks, there has been a reversal. McMahon has told the commentators that it's okay to acknowledge The Undertaker when it's called for. Roman Reigns has been encountering Undertaker chants from crowds, aiming to taunt him, and it's clear that while The Undertaker is gone for now, he has not been forgotten. There's more to this story, though, as McMahon directives to the announcers were not simply done out of the blue. In recent weeks, there has been communication between Vince and The Undertaker that leads Vince to believe that The Undertaker could consider wrestling at next year's WrestleMania. While it by no means a foregone conclusion, all previous conversations since WrestleMania had left McMahon feeling that The Undertaker will never wrestle again until the most recent talks, which now have McMahon feeling like The Undertaker has left the door cracked open. For this reason, those close to Vince are convinced it can't be a coincidence that he's had a change of heart in terms of The Undertaker being mentioned on air. That is coming from Wrestling News World. Okay, here's the thing. The Undertaker has not had hip surgery yet. At least I don't think he has. I don't think he has had that hip surgery yet. Undertaker said once he has hip surgery, he is done. He's not going to wrestle with the new hip. We got to keep eye on this. If Undertaker wrestles again, he's not going to wrestle with the new hip. He's just not. He's not going to wrestle with the new hip. He's made that known. He's made that obvious. He's made that a point that he's not going to wrestle with a hip, with a new hip. He's just not. And I don't want him to. The only way that I want to see Undertaker back is two things. One, WWE Championship match or Universal Championship match, wins the title, retires. I don't give a fuck who's the champion. That'll be a great way to send The Undertaker out. Number 2, if he gets his revenge against Roman Reigns. If he gets his revenge on Roman Reigns. Now, that's the only 2 ways. But even at that, I still don't like the fact of The Undertaker coming back. Reason being is because at WrestleMania this year, WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, the way that you ended that show, the way that you had The Undertaker's hat and jacket in the ring, the way that you had people literally crying in the crowd, I teared up. I teared up. I teared up when I saw that. You do not want to ruin a great moment like that. If you have The Undertaker come back, fuck that moment. That's like WrestleMania 28 when, remember at the, at the end of an era match, that the Hell in a Cell match with Undertaker and Triple H, great fucking match. But does anybody remember all those 3 guys hugging at the end? Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Undertaker? No one remembers that. I don't. I certainly don't remember that because it doesn't mean anything. It may seem like they were all retiring at that point. But no, that didn't happen. That didn't happen. You know what I mean? If The Undertaker comes back and wrestles at WrestleMania, whatever happened at WrestleMania 33 at the end, we're not going to remember it. We're not going to remember it. We're going to remember it, but it's going to take us a while to think about it. It's going to be a tainted moment. It's kind of like Chris Benoit winning the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 20. You know what I mean? We remember as fans, but it's going to be a tainted moment because of what happened with Benoit. You know what I mean? It's going to be something like that. You know what I mean? They made this thing such a big moment, but we're not going to remember it. It's kind of like Bret Hart winning at WrestleMania 10. Great moment at the time, but we don't remember it now. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, what else I can think of off the top of my head, it's kind of like WrestleMania 2000. The Rock winning, Triple H winning the Fatal 4-Way, the Elimination Fatal 4-Way, and, The Rock staying tall at the end of the show. No one remembers that moment. You know what I mean? No one remembers that moment. Triple H winning at WrestleMania 18. No one remembers that moment to end the show. And I'm talking about things to end the show. You know what I mean? No one remembers those moments. We remember Hulk Hogan at the end of WrestleMania 3. We remember, Ultimate Warrior at the end of WrestleMania 6. We remember, at the end of WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels being Bret Hart. We remember at the end of WrestleMania 14, Steve Austin winning. And we remember Batista winning at the end of WrestleMania 21. We remember these things. The Rock being John Cena at the end of WrestleMania 28. We remember these things. I was going to say Daniel Bryan winning at the end of WrestleMania 30. We remember these things. But things like, Undertaker winning at the end of WrestleMania 13, we don't remember that shit. Tainted. These moments are tainted for whatever reason. If WWE doesn't push it, or for forbidden circumstances, we don't remember it. And we're not going to remember this fucking moment. With The Undertaker, losing, putting his jacket down, and putting his hat in the ring, we're not going to remember that moment. I mean, we'll remember it, but it's not going to be one of those first things. It's like, oh yeah, that did happen, did it? It's going to be one of those things after reflecting on it. That's what I mean by not remembering it. You know what I mean? I just remember about the whole WrestleMania 28 thing right now as me thinking about this particular subject. But hey, if Undertaker comes back, guys, let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Do you want Undertaker to come back? Hashtag yes taker or hashtag no taker in the chat. We'd like to hear about that and let me know what you think about that as well. We're going to our last news. This is a very short episode, guys. I apologize. This is not much news for this week. Not much news this week whatsoever. Well, you know what? This is the second to last news story. I got 2 more news stories here actually. So, this one here is backstage news from Raw. Raw notes: the Cena and Reigns promo. Why Finn and Bray Wyatt is continuing. Update on Enzo Amore's heat. So we got a few things here. Okay. So Samoa Joe is already out of action with the knee injury. We already know about this. That occurred on Saturday evening. Now, Joe's injury is not as severe. However, he's slated to miss around a month or two. In addition, Samoa Joe was originally scheduled to face off against John Cena on Raw last week and start a program with Finn Balor. Due to the length of the injury that they went back with Finn Balor and Bray Wyatt. So that explains that there, okay? Which was originally supposed to go into the fall, but then was killed at SummerSlam. So this was supposed to originally go into the fall anyway, but this was killed at SummerSlam for whatever reason. Okay, so, you know, Joe's injured. They need to replace Joe with Bray Wyatt. You know, it is what it is. And honestly, I'd rather see Samoa Joe. I don't think we're going to get Samoa Joe Finn Balor Universal Championship match at WrestleMania. I just don't. At this point, we only got, we only got 7 months left. At this point, I don't see it happening. I don't. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see it happening. I just think they're gonna do Reigns and fucking Lesnar. I think the proof is in the pudding. Reigns and Lesnar. Lesnar's gonna, you know, go all the way to WrestleMania as champion and, you know, and just have Reigns beat fucking Lesnar. Let's get ready for that, guys. You know what I mean? Prepare ourselves mentally now. Prepare ourselves mentally now for Roman Reigns to beat Brock Lesnar. Get ready for it. But as far as Samoa Joe and Finn Balor, that's a feud that I want to see. But I'd rather see that at WrestleMania to have one like Shinsuke Nakamura, AJ Styles. That should happen at WrestleMania. I think Finn Balor, Samoa Joe should happen at WrestleMania as well. Let me know what you think about that. You know, I just don't think they should give away this NXT feud this early. They should wait up until WrestleMania. I think it'll be something that'll be good for both of them. More news. Enzo Amore was ridiculed by backstage officials for blowing several civil spots in his match. Again, this is not going to end well for Enzo. This is a professional statement. The guy that wrote this saying this is a professional statement. Yeah, Enzo sucks in the ring. He's not good for 205 Live. These guys at 205 Live, you know, one of the worst guys on that roster is guys like Drew Gulak. But Drew Gulak is fucking great in the ring. Everyone is fucking great in the ring on 205 Live. You know, it's just their characters. It's just their personas. It's just the way that they give their TV time. That's the issue with 205 Live. You know, it's not the wrestling. It's not the wrestling. It's them, you know, actually getting TV time. Not enough TV time. They don't give them fucking meaningful storylines. And it's not about the wrestling. It's not about the wrestling. Enzo is all talk. He's all character. He's all merchandise. He's not good in the ring whatsoever. And I've been saying this. I've been saying this since they debuted. I was like, I like Enzo. I like Enzo as a character, as a mouthpiece, as a fucking manager. If they ever made this guy a manager. In ring, get him out. He's not good at all. But yeah, it is what it is with that. Now listen to this one. This is a good one here. WWE's plan was trying to get sympathy on Roman. Needless to say, that did not work. And while the whole promo was scripted, Cena came off so much more like the megastar he is. WWE is in desperate mode. They're in desperate need to build another superstar and hasn't been able to create a megastar, says John Cena. Absolutely fucking right. Roman Reigns is not the guy. He's not. He's not. The only guys that I think that can do it, he's not even WWE. He's not even WWE right now. Who could that be? Kenny Omega? Someone that we don't know yet? I mean, I would probably say Adam Cole. I would say Shinsuke Nakamura if he had better English. But, I mean, I can't understand what Nakamura is saying, but not everybody else can understand what Nakamura is saying. You know what I mean? You know, like a lot of the casuals, like a lot of the young kids may not understand exactly what Shinsuke Nakamura is saying. If Nakamura had better English, I'll probably say him. AJ Styles, I love AJ Styles, but WWE's not gonna not gonna make him the guy. Roman Reigns, unfortunately, is the closest one, and he doesn't even get close to Cena. He doesn't even get close to Cena. Seth Rollins, I really like Seth Rollins. I just don't see WWE putting him as that guy. I see Seth Rollins as a Randy Orton. A great hand in the ring. He is somewhat crossover, but he's not going to be the guy. You know what I mean? Dean Ambrose, forget about it. You know what I mean? Bobby Roode, if Bobby Roode was about 7 years younger, I can say Bobby Roode, but Bobby Roode he's in his late 30s, early 40s. He looks fucking jacked and great, but I mean, there's no longevity there with Bobby Roode. You know what I mean? So right now it's just Roman Reigns supposed to be the next #1 guy, and he's not that. I don't think he's ever gonna be that, unfortunately. So it is what it is with that. The John Cena, the next John Cena is not even in WWE right now. I don't think. Maybe Adam Cole, maybe Kenny Omega, or maybe somebody we don't even fucking know yet. But we have to wait and see on that. We have to wait and see. Okay, speaking of John Cena, he has been delaying some minor procedures for several months now. As he was waiting to film Transformers, he has been working banged up for a long time. Well, that's just fucking John Cena. He's a fucking robot, so there you go. The Authors of Pain were scheduled to debut on SmackDown as of last weekend. Plans always change, and apparently it did for the Authors of Pain. So the Authors of Pain was supposed to debut on the main roster, but we didn't get that as of yet. And I think they should stay down in NXT anyway, so that's just my opinion. With the Revival out due to injury and the Hardys' inability to use a broken gimmick, the tag team situation on Raw is going to begin to be sour, and look for another team to be added to Raw, possibly during another Superstar shakeup. Get the Ascension over there. Get the Colognes once they're back from injury or whatnot. Get those guys over there. Bring up TM61. Bring up somebody, or just move somebody over from SmackDown. The tag team division on Raw fucking sucks. So there you go. That's why fucking Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins are fucking, you know, Raw tag team champions, because they don't really have other tag teams right now. So there you go. Speaking of Seth Rollins, guys, we got our last news story here before we end the podcast here with Boy and Bay of the Week and This Week in Wrestling. Seth Rollins confirms the reason the curb stomp is no longer his finisher is exactly what we all thought it was. Okay, so this is Seth Rollins, as he explained, after cashing in his Money in the Bank briefcase in Mania 31's main event, and his newly won WWE title, flew across the country to be interviewed on the morning show and morning show circuit. And he says, so Vince McMahon is sitting, you know, wherever Vince McMahon sits on a Monday morning, and he's seeing me on the Today Show, and I look great in the suit. I'm representing the company. He says, I look great in a suit, and I'm wearing the title. And then he sees this package with me stomping another man's head into the ground, and is being called a curb stomp on national television. And he thought to himself, well, that is not a good representation of what I want my top guy to do. So he just had a meeting with some people, and they decided, well, we don't need it. We can figure out another finisher for you, and the rest is history. And I get it. I hate it. I think it's silly, but it is what it is. And it's not my company, so I'm doing the best I can with it. I get it from a marketing standpoint. I totally understand it. I hate it because it was such a great finish. It's easy, and I can do it to everybody. But hey, so is my cool knee now. So let's start liking that. Okay, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, with that, guys, look, we knew it was Vince McMahon. We knew, and I thought to myself, well, you know, the move's safe. It's a safe move, but it's called the curb stop, and it's literally stopping somebody's head into the canvas. And yeah, oh, they can put the blame. Oh, it can be the children. The children are practicing it. Well, children are practicing the AA, practicing the spear, practicing the coup de grace, practicing, you know, the coquina clutch. They're practicing all these wrestling moves. So the curb stop ain't as worse as those moves. So that's number one. Number two, you know, Seth Rollins saying, hey, you know, select my cool knee. Okay, well, the cool knee is not really that cool. It's not Kenny Omega V-Trigger. It's not Kenny Omega V-Trigger. And yeah, you can do it to everybody now, but, you know, I just personally think that WWE, they worry about the wrong shit. They worry about the wrong shit. The curb stop was such a cool move, and you know, Vince McMahon said if he doesn't like it, he's gonna get it changed, and that's what the fuck happened. He got it changed. So, I mean, that's what it is. What it is. I mean, he was on the Sam Roberts show, and that was his quote. And I mean, I'm not gonna sit here bitch and complain about it because I can't fucking do anything about it. We can't do fucking a damn thing about it. So we're not gonna see the curb stop. We're not gonna see the curb stop for a long time. So unless they give it back to him, you know, in the future, or we may never see the curb stop again. So there you go. So, guys, that is it for the wrestling news this week. Let's get into the boy and bae of the week and this week in wrestling, and that will be it for this week's episode. So, let's start off here with my boy of the week. My boy of the week. Oh, guys, you guys know who it is. It's the man who I don't even think I would ever put this guy as boy of the week, but he's my boy of the week. It's a man who just told it like it was to Roman Reigns. It is a guy who is the #1 guy on Raw, the #1 guy in the WWE. I don't want to say, oh, one of the best wrestlers of all time. I don't want to go that fucking far. But, you know, John Cena is my boy of the week, and he proved that, you know, him being on the mic, he's one of the best mic workers in WWE history when he had, and I said this in my Monday Night Raw review, when he has a microphone and when he's shooting, he's one of the best in WWE history. Guys like Stone Cold, guys like The Rock, guys like CM Punk. You know what I mean? Shooting from the hip. Triple H. I was saying not Triple H. Well, yeah, Triple H a little bit. Yeah, Triple H when he shoots from, when he's trying to bury people, yeah. Yeah, Triple H is fucking amazing when he's trying to bury people on purpose. But yeah, John Cena, guys. John Cena just fucking murdered Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns, I admit he had a couple lines, but he had to resort to cussing, and he had to resort to, you know, losing his lines and have to, you know, scramble for something, you know, but Cena just completely buried his whole being, you know, saying great lines like, it's a promo, kid, Roman, or he said, kid or Roman, if you want to be the big dog, you gotta learn how to do the promo. Fucking amazing. Just completely buried him. Just completely buried him. It was fucking amazing. Just completely buried him. It was fucking amazing. But anyway, John Cena is my boy of the week. And my bae of the week, well, I'm gonna say my baes of the week. And I'm not gonna give you guys any spoilers here. But it is all of the winners of the first round of the Mae Young Classic. This Mae Young Classic first round, they have some. There was a couple good matches in here. You know, no spoilers, but Kairi Sane and Tessa Blanchard, that was the best match. I will say this, I'm not going to go into much detail because I'm going to do my review, and you should guys be seeing that either on Sunday or Monday for episode 4. Match was overrated. Still a great match, but I thought it was overrated. I thought I was going to see something that was going to blow my fucking mind, but it didn't blow my mind. But it was still a pretty damn good match, though. But all the winners of the Mae Young Classic round 1 is my baes of the week. First, multiple baes of the week, I think. Alright, guys, well, that is it for this episode. We got, well, I'm sorry, one more thing here. This Week in Wrestling. I forgot. How can I forget about This Week in Wrestling, guys? You guys really enjoyed this segment here. So, This Week in Wrestling, guys, this is coming from 2005. The final Thursday night edition of WWE SmackDown airs, ending a 6-year run in the 8 to 10 slot on UPN on Thursdays. The episode was headlined by Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio, earns a 3.0 rating. That was back in 2005, guys. 2005. What's SmackDown getting now in fucking 2017? 1.7, 1.3 ratings? Unless you know where wrestling was fucking just 12 years ago. Wrestling 12 years ago was far better than what it is today. In my opinion, at least. Some people may have a debate about that. But in my opinion, you know, 2017 doesn't touch anything like in 2000, 2004, 2003. It doesn't touch Ruthless Aggression era, okay? The wrestling's better in 2017, but the overall storylines, the feuds, everything is just, it's just so stale nowadays. But that just tells you on where wrestling was back in 2005, just only 12 years ago. So guys, that's it. I'm tired of this shit. I'm gonna take a nap here. I'm gonna let this video fucking process and fucking, you know, process and get this video up for you guys. But guys, if you did like this here, be sure to leave me a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and like the Facebook page, where both links are down below. If you did make this far into the video at the very end, I want you guys to do me a quick hashtag. Hashtag toothbrush. I don't know why. That was just the random hashtag I thought in my head. But guys, that is it. If you guys like this here, be sure to leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys later. You guys have a great night. Peace out.